Sporting Journal Radio, presented by Onyx.
Now we're going to talk to Joe Henry up at Lake of the Woods Tourism. Joe, and I know as the season drags on, maybe I shouldn't say drags on, but as we get later in the winter season, we usually start talking about tip-ups for big pike. But as I just saw in a picture that you posted on the Lake of the Woods Tourism Facebook page, you can catch those big pike sometimes when you're walleye fishing too.
It happens all the time. It's amazing. And, I think what happens is those pike are spread out. And, those pike, when they get to be 40, 45 inches, 20, 25 pounds, a lot of times their diet is probably those, well, it is. It's saugers and walleyes. And you're fishing in areas where those saugers and walleyes are living. So, heck yeah. I mean, it just happens. And you put a good, good minnow or a good jigging spoon or something in front of a big pike, and they're going to whack it. We've been having a lot of big pike coming through the walleye houses this year. It happens all the time. It's funny. It also happens in the summer where, they'll even catch big muskies fishing for walleyes. So it is something that happens all the time. And I think it's kind of one of the neat things. We all say on Lake of the Woods, you never know what you're going to catch on Lake of the Woods. And, whether you accidentally get into a big sturgeon or a big pike or a muskie, heck, there's even once in a while, there's even a couple of lake trout that are caught in the Big Traverse in the South Basin during the winter. Well, and part of that is, though those big lake trout are living up on the Canadian side of Lake of the Woods primarily, but, when the water temperature is pretty consistent in that low 30s, it's more conducive for them to travel. And some of them will end up in Big Traverse. It's amazing, Well,
that was Travis Frank. He was fishing at Ballards. Did it say how big that pike was? Because that was a decent fish.
No, people are asking on Facebook, and I didn't talk to Travis personally, but I know it looks huge, and I'm guessing 42 to 45 incher, and probably 20. I don't know if I had to guess 22, 23 pounds, something like that. That'd be my guess, but. No, it's a huge pike. He also had a nice hold on it. It looked like a very healthy fish, and he also released that fish to fight again. Nice.
Well, he knows how to hold big fish for the camera, so I'm I'm sure it probably looks just a hair bigger. I had a chance to look at
Travis once, and one of the things we had to make sure we slipped in was a little bit of muskie fishing up at Lake of the Woods while he was up, and he taught me some things. Just about I'm not a big muskie angler, but he taught me some things about figure eights and stuff. He's a very accomplished muskie angler and a very, very nice guy, very passionate about fishing. But he likes his big toothy critters, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, well I fished with Bill one time for muskies too, Bill Shirk, and that's when I really learned about the figure eights. And then we just filmed a Prairie Sportsman episode with Randon Olson, and he stressed it too. He said the majority of his hookups on big fish are on those figure eights, or he does an oval right next to the boat mostly. And then we ended up catching a couple of muskies casting. So you just never know with those big fish. And it's like that with big pike too. They can you can catch them anytime when you're even when you're out there walleye fishing on Lake of the Woods. And Joe, it's been so cold. How has the fishing been during this extended cold snap up there?
Well, surprisingly, it's been good. And, there's always, when I say that, I always put that big old asterisk because, you're 80% of the fish are in 20% of the water. So obviously you need to be on fish to catch fish. But overall, it's been pretty darn good. Now, I will tell you this, that when we get really, really cold temps or we get a cold front coming through, and that can happen anytime, or if the fish, for whatever reason, have a little bit of lockjaw, it's good to know some techniques to get those fish to eat. And, a couple of them, I would say, number one, don't be afraid to make some noise in that stained water. When I say make noise, I'm talking about using something like a rapple, a ripping rap, where you're ripping that when you get the vibration and the rattles in it. Also, bright color, pink UV fire tiger, that the gold chrome or the chrome blue, and like a number 4 size is what I like. But you can rip that thing, and the active fish will come in and whack it. At the same time, if fish aren't active, the sound of that and the commotion will still pull more of the neutral type of fish in, and then they'll slide in and hit your dead sticks. Another example of that would be a buckshot rattle spoon or any kind of a spoon with a rattle in it. There's a lot of different things you can do to get fish, to attract fish to come into your area.
People want to get up to Lake of the Woods yet this winter, Joe? Where can they go for more info?
Check out our website, and that is lakeofthewoodsmn.com.
Hear more at sportingjournalradio.com or wherever you get podcasts.